Look at that.
What a legend.
Ah! He tried to jump on the yak.
Is he on the yak?
No, he fell off. He jumped onto it and slid off the side. Welcome back to another episode of Murray Crabb Fishing, guys. We have just pulled up for lunch on an epic bass adventure. We have everything we need for 3 days of living. Mark in his kayak, me in mine. We got bags underneath, things everywhere. We got sleeping gear, food, cookers, everything. We're pulling up to have a cook up now. We're gonna eat some noodles and have a bit of a rest, a bit of feed. And then we're back on the water. So far, a little bit of action, but no hookups. Our plan changed. We had a really big big run on a big river. But the amount of rain and water we've had, that river was far too dangerous. Imagine water moving like that, but 15 to 20 times as wide constantly. We went and had a look at it and it was just not a chance. So we've come to this river. We've never fished for bass before, but we know they're here. Well, we know they should be here because they should be able to make their way up here. And yeah, between doing this sort of stuff, which is interesting and fun, a bit quick, there are a few nice holes and we've had a few nice spots to cast at. Nothing on the board yet, but we're doing this for a couple of days, so stay tuned and see how we go. But let's jump in and cook some food and have a bit of a feed. It doesn't look that rough, but they are actually big enough that when you got into the side, Mark came to the left, but his kayak doesn't sit as low. It washed over my kayak, like over the top. And look at this. Mark, check this out. That was strong, just coming down those rapids just then. That's nuts. That was great. Everyone stayed in the kayaks, there was no issues, but bloody gold. Alright, so I've got the Trangia Metho cooker, water in there, heating up. Mark's got a butane cooker, and he's doing his noodles. I'm doing these fellas. I got myself a little stick thing. I got a couple of sticks of salami, dry cured. Now it doesn't need to be refrigerated, so I've got two of them, are hot and mild, and we got some other food. So we're going to heat up some noodles. Just having a bit of a snack and going to crack some nuts open and a bit of butter to melt in the noodles, and we're just going to enjoy ourselves here. But yeah, so this all fits, food in here, cooking gear in there, all fits in the kayak, and then we're pretty self-sufficient for the whole trip, so which is great. We'd love to catch an eel or a reddy or something to eat. We won't keep a bass unless we catch a bass and it gets gill hooked and it looks like it's not going to survive, but otherwise bass are catch and release for us really. So but yeah, if we can catch something else, reddy or a trout or something, we'll eat that for sure. So yeah, so this is this, and we'll do a proper rundown of everything we have when we're at camp with the whole camp set up, and put the drone up and get some cool footage. Ugh, almost fell over. This one looks a little more heckers. Oh yes, oh, I dropped him. Oh no! First real solid hookup for the day. He was only on for about half a metre to a metre, and then he was off, but he took the finesse frogs and went with it. So I mean, maybe the bass are going to come on with this weather coming in a bit darker and a bit later into the evening, maybe not, who knows. But we're going to keep going. The further we get down this river, the more bigger and the more bassier it should get, hopefully. So you know, let's see what happens, but fingers crossed. Any action at the moment's really getting us hyped up to keep going, because it's been slow and it's tough conditions, and it's just not just the fishing, it's just been tough with the rain and the weather and everything. So hopefully we get some. So what we've done is we've just walked down. We weren't too sure if we'd be able to turn sharp enough to miss this willow, and then we couldn't see around the corner. We could see the water was still moving fast, so we've walked down, had a look, made sure it's safe. We've ported that first bit, we'll hop back in, and then we're going to drift down. We've got plenty of time. Our plans have changed, as we've discussed in the intro, from what we were going to do, but we're still going to camp out. We've still got all our gear, so we don't need to live on the edge and power around every corner like we're in a hurry. So we're way better off pulling over, taking 10-15 minutes walk down, make sure it's navigatable, come back, put the kayaks back in and go, as opposed to coming around the corner and there being a 2-meter drop in the river and we've got to go over it in fishing kayaks. So that's why we're hopping in and out at the moment, and yeah, we're just playing it safe, and we're actually having a really good day. The thing is that the river's actually nice. It is a bit fast in spots. Beautiful scenery. It's a paddock there, but we're essentially in the middle of nowhere, and we're kayaking down the river with rods. What more do you want? Check this out. We can pull over now. That's so cool. Look at the cave work. That's nuts. This place is epic. I mean, we haven't landed many bass, or any bass, but just bloody so cool. And we'll get there. We've had a few hits. We know they're about, but they're just a bit quiet. Jeepers. Holy moly. Woo! Whoop! 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 Burnouts! Ning! 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 Man, this is sick. I'm actually so glad we did this. What a cool little drift. There's a bass in the bass sticks. Alright. Otherwise it wouldn't be called bass sticks.
Yeah, and there's a bass in his bass cave.
Bass in his bass cave. Bass man lives in his bass cave. No.
Bass Robin.
Bass man! He's only come after your lure in his bassmobile. Pick the two hyped up tide guys, which is cool as. Oh, that was it. Yep,
Yes.
got him. Yeah, just a baby bass, a tiny little baby bass dog. Bass dog! The tiniest Aussie bass, and on a little epic adventure. We're about to pull up and set up camp. That's actually amazing. The conditions are terrible. We're exploring a new waterway. The water's looked amazing. We still haven't had a hit, and then well, we've had some hits, but we haven't hooked a fish. And then bang, we finally get this fella wrapped. We're literally, when we had the drone up, we were like, yeah, we're gonna set up camp just here. So we're just flicking this on the way down for a bit of fun. And yeah, little bass dog. That's so good. So stoked for that, people. So stoked. Just on this still side where there's not much about, but yeah. We go first just to make sure that's safe. We decided to port this one, guys. But what's funny is Mark cut in here and he was there, so I thought I'd pull up there so I didn't run into him. And I nosed into the bank and the back got caught in the current, and there's a rock submerged there. So my kayak's gone around and then it hit a rock and it's nosed on. And it's just rolled, it just tipped me. And I'm lucky, there's my water bottle. Oh, grabbed me rods as I bailed, and I'm lucky I didn't lose anything out of the kayak, to be honest. Yeah, so we're going to port around this one. We were going to pull up camp back there. We saw a nice bank, and there's somebody's holiday home just up on the hill looking straight down at the best bank we've seen, and there's people staying in it, and we thought we don't want to stop right in front of them. So but we need to find a camp soon because it's past 5 o'clock and we've got to set up camp and get some sticks for a fire and, you know, get everything under control. So we're going to move, and next spot we find, we're going to pull up and set up camp. Huge eddy. Right, we'll get a land-based bass out of here later. I reckon. I mean, it's worth an inspection. It's just whether this is a straight drop off or there's a bit of ledge or something here for us to hop on. Oh, looks alright. Alrighty guys, we've pulled up for camp up on this rock as we discussed. And we only brought one water bottle and one Max Aid bottle, or Gatorade or Powerade or whatever each. But we've got a life straw. So we're going to filter the water, fill the water bottle back up. And we're going to fill the Max Aids bottle up, and we've got powdered Powerade so that we can mix up another electrolyte drink. So it means all we have to do is bring with us the containers for water, and then using the life straw we can filter out the river water and have clean drinking water. So we'll fill them up now, then we're going to set up camp, start a fire, cook up some chops. So GoPro went flat, but I was saying we've got chops and potatoes and rice and all sorts of stuff for tonight. So I'm just going to show you how this dry bag works, and how this life straw works, filter and water, and then we'll get back up and get the campfire, the camp set up, and then we'll show you that as well. Let's jump down here and do this. So just set your bottles up, and it comes with this nice soft bag, and you just fill that bag up to the, it's got a line on it I think, does it? Just fill it up, so like that. Bang it in, and you pop that top off, not all the way like that, and then you put that in your bottle and you squeeze the end, and that filters your water, and that's clean drinking water. So I'm pouring this in with my water, and I'll show you what it looks like. So I've just added probably from there to there with river water, and it doesn't look any different to how it did before. Clean pure water. But you can see the coloration in that. These things are amazing. Just tastes like water. Can't taste anything else in it. Oh yeah, life straw for the win. We're going to be cooking and eating and cooking with and drinking and everything, so just pays when you fill it up like that. Oh. And you drop that in there. You should only fill it to that. There's the max line there. Alright, just screw that on and just give it a second to drip that stuff off, because if you're dripping that into your filtered water, then you're not drinking. You on? He's got a bass! Mark's got a bass! Oh! He's not filming! On the diver?
Yeah. I wasn't even filming. Little baby bass. How did he even try and fit that in his gob?
That's smaller than the one I got in the frog. I'm going to fill up my water, we'll set up camp, I'll catch up with you when camp's set up a bit and we've got the fire going. Chock-a-block, you tell me. Alright, how much this does to the water when that's coming straight out of that river. That looks fantastic. So add 4 scoops of this to a litre of water, which is what my Maximus bottle is. Sorry. Oh yeah, it smells like flavoured sugar. That's pretty much what it is. 4, they're not rounded, so I'm just going to add 5 non-roundeds. Something like that. Put that back in there. Put the lid on. Shake her up. Look at that, Maximus. And I got the right one, Maximus Blue. Well, let that break down and it smells amazing. Good to go. Yeah. Oh no, Mark's setting up his hammock over there. All right. Oh, that's your fly line, is it?
Yeah. So I'm like, if I get a rock, at least it'll just keep it off your face.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, right.
It's pretty good. It took like 5 seconds to pump it up.
Change into our campwear. Got mine set up there, my bed. So it's a hammock, but what we've done is just lay it on the ground, put the air mattress in because we found these rocks instead of somewhere with a couple of nice trees. So air mattress down, sheet over the top. If it rains, will be dry. Mark's got almost the same setup over here. Mark's having a flick. I'm gonna do the same, and then we'll start cooking some lamb chops and veggies. But first I'm gonna have myself a bit of a Chivas Regal 18-year-old. Oh, can't go wrong with that. Yep. Bass on. Bass on. Bass on. It's a hard body bite. It's another midget. Midget dog. They are healthy though. Look at that. Put that in the pan, feed a family. Number 2 for me. You don't understand how excited we are because it's just been dead and the conditions are so bad. To get 2 bass and Mark to get 1, so 3 bass between us is actually 3 more bass than we expected when we set out on this mission. So baby bass, but the bass nonetheless. And we're just hoping that tomorrow or later today we can up the size of them and get a bit more caliber on them. But yeah, the bass are here and they're playing the game. So I'm just going to launch them from here. So thanks for playing, mate. Tell your friends. That's a little old mate there, guys. So yeah, we've been on the water all day, but what we did was we froze the chops. Pulled them out this morning frozen. And then they've defrosted over the course of the day, but they're still cold to touch. So tricks of the trade. Put them in there like that, and then garlic powder, salt and mixed herbs. Just gonna give that a sprinkle. Oh, then those taters are going to be delicious. Potatoes and sugar snap peas, guys. It's actually delicious, cooked in butter with that same seasoning. Oh, yum. I'm actually so fucking dirty. So This is living, but I gave Mark a chop. He cooked it to perfection, decided to tip the oil out on the fire and then tipped the chop in the fire.
Idiot.
You gonna rinse it off or you gonna waste it?
I don't know.
Well guys, it's night time, heading out for the night. So gonna curl up in here, try and sleep, try being the operative word, and catch you guys in the morning, hopefully get a few more bass. See you then. Hopping out of bed to that, eh? And then Mark's ugly mug. That for breakfast, guys. Continental rice with some chopped up salami, bit extra protein. Yum, it's actually delicious. Just about to slide the kayaks back down into the water. Mark slept there, I slept there, we cooked here, and there's nothing there. There's some ashes from our fire. We can't bury them. Normally if we had sand or whatever, we'd bury them, but we have. Look at all the water in there. We have put the fire out. It's full of water. We've wet that down. All right, it can't go anywhere, and we've moved all the sticks away from it. When you leave a campsite, you don't want rubbish. No, and if you can bury your fire, bury it. If you can't bury it, you got to make sure it's out. So people will rock up here, and if they didn't see that, you wouldn't know you were here, and that's how you want to leave a place. All right. Unfortunately, we're up on a solid granite rock, and we can't bury the fire. But yeah, if you're camping somewhere like this on this big granite rock, you want to look after it. Don't take it for granted. This is our first major portage because that is full on. So we could probably try and go down it, but if you come a gutser in a fishing yak, you lose all your fishing gear, and we're not about that. So we're gonna port around it just for peace of mind. Triple spin spinnerbait. I don't know how deep these pools are, these gorge pools, but they could go down for ages. So I thought, you know what, let's bang this on and see if we can't sink it down into the gorge somewhere. See what's lurking about. Camouflage works. No, you can't eat the spinnerbait. Leave it alone. It's gone. It's not for you to eat. Oh, I just had a swipe.
Really?
A big fish.
Really?
Yep. Followed the spinnerbait off the wall. And yep, turned around probably about 200 mil under the water. Bit of a waterfall, guys. Is that an eel?
Is it?
It's an eel.
Oh, you f***ing serious?
Yep. Yep. That eel king strikes again.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, I was like, that bass is swimming backwards. It's a stonking eel.
It's f***ing huge.
You see the amount of, whoa, slipped. The amount of power coming down here. You think it looks okay to kayak, but these are all boulders. And your kayak, if it gets swept sideways and you hit one of these, man, in these fishing kayaks, it's almost all over. So we've jumped out, we started coming down, and Mark got into a little bit of trouble, so he bailed. So I just jumped out behind him before I got too close and slammed into him. So trying to make our way kind of to the left, so when we come down, we're on the inside of the corner. We're here, we're back at the car. The original mission was for 3 days, but as I said in the beginning, that river is non-accessible. We cannot do it. The river we did had its challenges, and then when we got to the end where we pulled out, we just had to drag kayaks, I'm going to say 100 meters and probably up 30 meters, 30, 40 meters. So it's a Yes, thanks. This bloke. It's a it was a mission and we're both wrecked. So we're gonna rest for a minute, probably cook up some noodles and have some lunch before we load the car, because as it stands, we're not getting kayaks on the car.
No.
And then we'll go back and pick up my car. I think we're gonna call it. We're gonna do some more exploring, but even this river was absolutely humming, and it's one of the smaller rivers around the area. So I think most of them are going to be cooked. So Mark's gonna head off and do his thing, and hopefully you'll see me out on tyres chasing flatties or something over the next couple of days. But yeah, thanks very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. It's a fantastic trip. We will do it again, or potentially we'll do the big mission when the river settles down. But yeah, we had a blast. Hope you enjoyed, guys. Get out there and have a fish. Well, obviously, because don't forget to fish every opportunity.